Imagine this: you're on a beautiful Caribbean beach, sun shining, waves gently lapping. Suddenly, the ground beneath you erupts in a violent shudder. In the distance, towering buildings begin to sway, then crack, then absolutely crumble into dust. All you have is your phone, recording the unimaginable. What would you do in that instant, as paradise turns to pure pandemonium? That's exactly what one beachgoer in Venezuela faced, capturing a cataclysmic earthquake in raw, terrifying footage that went viral. This isn't just a story about a natural disaster, it's a terrifying, first-hand account of humanity's ultimate fragility when the Earth decides to move. The video they captured is chilling, yes, but it only scratches the surface of the hidden forces that caused such devastation and the shocking aftermath that followed. Stick around, because the story behind this footage, and what it truly revealed, is far more complex than you think. The date was August 21, 2018. The time, around 5:30 p.m. 4 tourists and locals enjoying the pristine beaches near Cumana, Venezuela. It was another perfect evening. But then, a low rumble started. Not thunder, but something deeper, more primal. The sand began to vibrate, then the ground itself started to roll like an angry ocean. Panic set in. People screamed, scrambling for stable ground, but their asterisk was no stable ground. One brave soul, whose name remains largely unknown, pulled out their phone. They weren't thinking about viral fame, they were documenting pure, unadulterated terror. The camera shook violently, but stayed focused on the distant cityscape. And that's when it happened. Tall, modern-looking structures, just moments ago symbols of permanence, began to visibly buckle. Were they witnessing an apocalypse? Their footage would soon shock the world, but it would also raise some uncomfortable questions about urban resilience. So, why Venezuela? This wasn't some random tremor. Venezuela sits at a volatile intersection of tectonic plates. Specifically, it's where the South American plate grinds against the Caribbean plate, along a major fault line known as the El Pilar Fault. Think of it like two colossal icebergs scraping past each other deep beneath the Earth's surface. The pressure builds for decades, centuries even, until it releases, often with catastrophic results. The 2018 quake, registered at a magnitude of 7.3, was one of the strongest to hit the region in over a century. It wasn't just a shallow shake either, its depth meant widespread impact. This wasn't a freak accident, it was an inevitable dance of geological forces. But knowing it's inevitable doesn't make the destruction any less terrifying, does it? And sometimes, the human element amplifies the natural disaster beyond anything we could predict. The beachgoers' footage, shaky as it was, captured a horrifying sight: high-rise apartments and commercial buildings, not just cracking, but literally disintegrating in plumes of dust. Why did they collapse so dramatically? Many older buildings in Venezuela, particularly those constructed before modern seismic codes were strictly enforced, simply weren't designed to withstand such lateral forces. Imagine a building swaying violently side to side, its concrete and rebar unable to flex. It's like bending a paperclip back and forth until it snaps. The immediate aftermath was pure chaos. People trapped, emergency services overwhelmed, the air thick with dust and the smell of pulverized concrete. Initial reports were grim, but the full scope of human suffering, and the incredible acts of courage, were only just beginning to unfold. But here's the truly disturbing part: the footage captured wasn't just a brief shake. It revealed something far more sinister about how modern cities respond to nature's fury. And it all leads back to a specific, critical design flaw. In the immediate hours after the tremor subsided, the true scale of the disaster became agonizingly clear. While initial casualty reports were surprisingly low for such a powerful quake, a testament to some luck and perhaps swifter evacuation in certain areas, the structural damage was immense. Hospitals struggled, power lines were down, and thousands were displaced, their homes now uninhabitable rubble. Imagine losing everything you own in a matter of seconds, with nowhere to go. Venezuelan authorities, already grappling with economic challenges, faced a monumental recovery effort. International aid poured in, but rebuilding lives and infrastructure takes years, sometimes decades. This wasn't just about clearing debris, it was about healing a community, psychologically and physically. The psychological toll of witnessing such destruction is immeasurable, leaving invisible scars that last long after the visible damage is repaired. But through all this, one piece of amateur footage cut through the noise, forcing the world to look closer. So, what did that beachgoers footage actually reveal? The viral video, just over a minute long, begins with the sound of distant rumbling, then shows the camera shaking violently. People can be heard screaming, but the focus remains on the distant skyline. Crucially, it captures not just the swaying, but the almost instant, catastrophic failure of at least 3 high-rise buildings, collapsing vertically into their own footprints. This wasn't a slow tilt, it was an explosive implosion of concrete and steel. The footage went viral because it was one of the clearest, most terrifying real-time accounts of major structural collapse during an earthquake, filmed from a safe, yet horrifyingly clear, vantage point. It became a critical piece of evidence for seismologists and structural engineers, providing invaluable data on how specific building types failed under extreme stress. It answered that initial question, what would you do? This beachgoer, in that moment of absolute chaos, became an accidental chronicler, providing the world with an unforgettable, chilling record of nature's raw power and a city's terrifying vulnerability. It served as a global wake-up call. If these stories of resilience, raw power, and the mysteries of our planet captivate you, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button. We dive deep into the world's most incredible events, bringing you untold stories and surprising insights every single week. Don't miss out on our next deep dive into the extraordinary. The Venezuela earthquake footage isn't just a viral video, it's a stark, visceral reminder of our planet's immense, unpredictable power and the incredible, sometimes terrifying, moments where human lives intersect with geological forces. It compels us to ask, are we truly prepared for the next big one? How can we build more resilient cities, and how do we support communities when disaster inevitably strikes? Stay informed, stay safe, and don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts, and tell us your most surprising takeaway in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious,